Facebook, Judd Rummage, are you guys going on? Yes. We need to text Judd. Yes. Pete, we got to get off like right around 9 o'clock. 9:10 at the latest. Oh, I got something saying we're live streaming, bud. So the intro is playing. Perfect.
All right, my man, we are live.
We are live and back again.
Yeah.
What is going on, Mr. Peter Lundberg? I want to first welcome everyone to another Saturday Night Live. This has become a weekly thing, Saturday Night Live. The lighter side of RC turned into a weekly thing here with my good friend Peter Lundberg. How are you, sir?
Good, man. Happy National Scale Day. Scale Day today, right?
Happy National Go Scale Day to you and everyone else out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a total washout here. I don't know how many people in the Northeast were able to get out on the trails, but
well,
definitely.
we were able to participate in last year's official Go Scale Day shoot first with the pictures and the RC four-wheel drive inspiration behind this going scale, this National Scale Day is so cool. We happened to be at King of the Castle last year for it. But yes, like you said, the Northeast is getting flooded.
Yeah, and they still had King of the Castle.
They did. Oh, good for them.
Weather, but
well, I know from the Rad Show, from myself and you, we, they have our full support, 100% blessing. They understand you can't be everywhere at once. And with Mother's Day and Beat the Creek right around the corner, it just gets to be all jumbled up. But I'm not going to say the rain kept us in, but the rain would definitely put a damper on the whole scale day here in the Northeast. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll go through the people here. Size Matters, Matt Kutcher, Tyler, the Jesus is in the house. Good to see everybody. And first off, we're going to start thanking everybody that, make this show possible. So these RC companies, Mike and CarryAll, we all collaborate with. So 2.4 Designs, RC Car Action, CarryAll, Trail Hobbies, RC Pro Rack, Crazy Crawler Foams, Power Hobby, Cow RC, Lifted Custom RC, Adventure RC, Crawler Cult RC, Scale Rat, Westmade, RC Misfits, and RC Race Place. So thank you to those companies, all those collaborating vendors. We all work with you one way, and we get inspiration for the show. So keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep providing content. So, yeah, Mike, interesting week. A lot going on. Trucks were dropped. Axio. We got a lot to talk about this week.
Absolutely. But yeah, just thank you for taking care of the introduction there, Peter. And it's important to give a warm shout out in the beginning who's joining us. And it's also important to thank the ones that are making this possible and in one way or another making it possible, showing support. So we need to recognize that, and thank you for taking care of that. Yes, it has been an exciting week. So no spoiler alert, this week we are going to run the show with no guest. We have a full 1 hour of recapping and kind of highlight and tease maybe leading into next week. We will be doing Beat the Creek, or I should reword that. We are going to be doing next week's Rad Show satellite from Beat the Creek. So yeah, that might be a little learning curve, but we're going to give it our best shot. We have lined up Reef himself, Mr. Reef RC. Sharif himself will be with us as a live guest at Beat the Creek, along with Jeremy of Big Squid RC, Everybody Scaling. He will also be sitting down with me at Beat the Creek, and we will join Peter Lundberg's satellite from home base and give it a show. We'll give the show our best shot.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, I got a text there from our good friend Judd Rummage. He can see us.
Okay, great. Yeah, so looking forward to next week. It'll be good to see you guys on site. You know, get tired of looking at my hobby room in the back, but at least I'll get to see a different image. So it's looking forward to seeing everybody on site. Yeah, next week's going to be some event, and I wish I was going, that's for sure. But hope everybody going has a good time. You know, a lot of trail, CarryAll, brand ambassadors, team drivers going. You know, there should be a lot of nice content on the trails, you know, with CarryAll and Trail and everybody else. You know, it'd be interesting to see the barn and all the trails that Chris has been working so hard on. So looking forward to seeing all that.
And Peter, have no doubt, I will do my best to keep you updated every step of the way. Starting late Thursday night, we will get on the road, make it about halfway there, 4.5, 5 hours into it. We'll, you know, catch a little Z's, spend the night somewhere in that time, in that area along the way. That way, we talked even maybe about driving as much as 7 hours the first night, leaving us like 2 or 3 hours left on Friday. So we'll be right at the gates at noontime when it opens for the vendors. We need to go meet Rebel, RC Car Action, Crawler Cult, the entire crew, help them all get set up. The boys from Operation 11 Charlie will get everybody all set up for the night run. We will do our best. Hopefully the Wi-Fi satellite reception is good out there in the woods. Along the creek. I'm hoping that I've got some good 5G reception, and I'm going to take this new iPhone 13 out for a test spin out for the first time. So I'm excited. We got some new GoPro cameras. We have a whole bunch of vlogger kits and portable cameras to do a much better job documenting live and gaining content to come home and edit later.
Right.
Peter,
awesome.
I need to say one thing before we go any further. If you're going to look over my shoulder here, maybe if I make it a little darker in here for a second, I don't think I will be able to darken out much. Well, you know what I can do? I might be able to take it out for a little spin here and just kind of highlight what this thing's doing. If you can get a closer, oh, you can't zoom in on it there, Pete, but that is a CarryAll logo on a puck, obviously changing lights and colors. The detail in this thing is ridiculous. Our good friend, our friend in common, Glenn Shelly on Facebook, aka Dreamer, the man behind the scenes helping at CarryAll, putting in the hard work 4 days a week with us here. He surprised me today. He's like, come on out to Race Place. I've got something for you. And gave me a little tease. I didn't know what it was. Had a migraine headache all day long. The last thing in the world I wanted to deal with was going out in the rain. And when I got there and saw this, I went crazy. I couldn't believe it. So we actually have a plan in motion. We're going to get a couple other logos done up. You could do an any scaler if you wanted to. I'm going to get a Monster RC one done. We're going to get the CarryAll silhouette done. They're that good in quality. I vouch for it, dude. They're solid. They're like $40 to get these things. They're as Peter would say, they're mint.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if anyone's looking over my shoulder and liking one of these, you want it in CarryAll, we can make that happen pretty quick. We have that template made. If you're interested in maybe getting your own logo done, we could definitely visit something like that. Figure somewhere in that $40 neighborhood. probably plus the ride. But yeah, send me a message and we can talk about it if you're interested. I'm vouching for these things. They're cool. I'll get some photos posted up this week, Pete, a little bit more in-depth detail of it. I know the lighting and the video doesn't really do it justice, but so big shout out to my homeboy Dreamer. I thank him with all my heart. That was a super cool surprise.
Looks good. I definitely want.
Yeah, I figured it was right up your alley. So can do you want to follow your agenda? Should I let you take the lead? I was excited to talk about the Micro Pro rack, but I'll let you follow along your checklist.
Yeah, so first thing up is you saw the release of the Axial, they dropped the base camp, right? A lot of mixed reviews, just like any release,
Yep.
of RC. I think it looks pretty cool. There's some different features on it, and some guys are liking it. The price point's good. And some guys are not liking it. I guess it depends on what you like. They do have some new features on it, different stuff. I know the body's in question, and the price point, and there's a lot going on in social media. I mean, I think like any drop, you have to wait to see how it pans out. But
So yeah, Pete, you nailed it right on the head. So one of the cool things is it's no secret. I've been with Proline for years and a decade. And since Proline's been purchased by Horizon over the years, it's kind of merged the two together. It expanded my connections, and have seen behind the curtain a little earlier on about what was going into this, and spent some time talking with the guys over there for their vision behind what the base camp was. And it's actually brilliant. I think it lands at a perfect time. For one reason, lands in this perfect time with inflation the way it is right now. And people's budgets are changing. So when your home budget changes, your RC budget changes. A lower price point rig dropped at the perfect time. What I can tell you is right out of the box, with nothing needed, it drops on the ground and it goes. It's perfect. It fit a need for the first timer at Axial Racing, or I'm sorry, at Axial Fest, or maybe their first time at Badlands. They walk up, they're like, this is amazing. I want to be a part of it. How do I get started? You can grab that base camp truck for a reasonable price, drop it on the ground and go, and you're going to have a truck that keeps up with a truck with way more upgrades and performance based. This is a solid starter truck. What was funny, Pete, what you mentioned on with the comments, I was very frustrated sometimes with Facebook, sometimes frustrated with humanity and their desire to leave an opinion when no one cares, to be honest. Like, no one cares about half of those opinions, especially when it's negative driven and a hate bashing post or a hate bashing comment. Like, just move on. So here's the simple answer is this: it is a specific truck to fit a specific audience, a first timer audience, a budget build to get somebody into the RC hobby. If you are a gentleman out there in the RC hobby with 12 trucks, upgraded from top to bottom with every upgrade, upgraded servo motor, everything, you're rocking a $1,500 truck right now. Guess what? This base camp truck is not meant for you. It's not a licensed body because they keep the price point low. Now, here's the kicker of it is, if the truck's not meant for you, ding, 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 you're actually winner, chicken dinner. You don't have to comment, especially in a negative way. Just scroll on. It wasn't meant for you. You can absolutely leave a comment and tell people what you think what some of the highlights are, what some of the cons are, but you can definitely touch back on that you understand what the audience is and that the truck hits the mark, period.
Well, and I think I'm just looking at the comments that Matt Kutcher said a good point. There was
Matt get it. I talked to Matt about this earlier. Yes, he gets it.
Talk about the body, but like he just said, if you don't like the body, change it. And then RC
90% of bodies get changed on a truck right out of the gate. But what they're, Proline released this metric body years ago. Collaboration with Knights Customs, they did a non-licensed body called the metric. It's hanging right here. And there's a million files for this body style. This, don't let the metric die. And you wait. Knights Customs going to drop files for this thing. It's going to be like the old honcho truck that you'll be able to print snorkels, inner fenders. You'll be able to dress this truck up if you want. But to get a price point where people need that starter point, you need to go non-licensed body, period.
Yeah. And RC Jesus made a good comment that
Nick gets it.
No matter what people drop in the hobby, there's always going to be negativity in comments. I haven't seen one release. I mean, there's always going to be negativity in the hobby comments, and people are not going to like everything. But no matter what people release, there's always going to be a kickback on, the way it was.
I guess just because people are gonna do it, I don't think we need to accept it and just say negativity is just accepted. I just feel like I don't know. Everybody wants to give their opinion, and you got to have thick skin in this hobby if you're going to be on Facebook. I deal with more people on a daily with emotional breakdowns from in one fashion or another because of something, some comment or not enough likes or whatever. It all gets tied back to the social media side of the hobby, and it's something you got to have thick skin if you're going to play in the sandbox.
Yeah,
I guess that's the answer.
Let's see how it rolls out. A lot of guys already pre-ordered it, and just like any other release, some go very well and some don't. So we'll see how it pans out.
I think I have a green one coming, and I really am going to fight every urge to do anything to it. I think the whole point of this truck is to show it's capable right out of the box. I've upgraded enough trucks in my day. I don't need to throw upgrades at this one. I think the whole point of this is going to be just let it run RTR. How long I keep my word on that, set the watch and we'll see.
Say that now. You'll be
I say that now. Before you know it, won't look anything like it. But we get it. But yeah, it's a valid point, Peter. The truck dropped and good stuff. Hey, we always like a new truck.
Yeah. So we'll see how it pans out. And then as far as other updates, Trail released some new parts, servo mount, and they got the monster truck wheels back in. So, the good things going on at Trail. For the people that are fans, products are coming out weekly. So, as far as what I could report back, the pipeline looks good. Oh, I see you got your Trail stuff.
Oh, whoa. I wasn't expecting that to happen. What I wish I got to work on the camera angles on this and be able to show off parts a little bit better. But we showed this off last week, Pete, and we did highlight Trail's done these sliders, the step sides.
You have them installed?
They're perfect, dude. I love these things, but this is the first truck. The reason I'm holding it up today, this is my first SCX24 with the high clearance links. And dude, I like them a lot. Immediately after I put the blue ones on here, I ordered red ones for the Bronco and a green set for the Betty. And I held back on the Betty. I never put the high clearance links on it. We are now.
You put the bumper on?
I did not. I put the rear bumper on, but I fell in love with this front bumper I found. Now, the Trail bumper, the Stinger one that they came out with is so good. I'm still going to use that probably on the other Jeep. If I end up switching it over to here, we'll wait and see. But the new front bumper from Trail is good stuff.
Yeah, I got it coming in the mail. So then I'll be done with this.
It's very good. The Gladiator is great. Well, we are going to get you something from Lifted Customs. We are going to get you a boombox for the back of that Gladiator. I got confirmation. The tracking number I got, you don't remember me talking about Lifted Customs? You might not have been here. You might have been at Disney when all of this was dropping. But Lifted Customs makes SCX 24 sized Bluetooth sub boxes, and they're gorgeous. I mean, they're carpeted, they bind right to your phone, they're so loud. Very cool. So he did them for the Jimmy, and then he does them in the Gladiator, and you can put them in any micro, but the reason why it works in the Gladiator so well is because of the scale tent provides a lot of protection for it. Literally will get cut in the back of the bed, and that tent on the top with this cage, the overland cage, gives it a lot of protection. So we'll actually be able to listen to some jams coming from a micro. Very cool.
And how does it sound? Does it sound decent?
Dude, I have it in the Jimmy, and it sounds so good. The acoustics, the volume, I can't even turn out full volume. It sounds that good. They're reasonably priced. I think they're like $60 for a full boom box that goes in a micro. They're sharp.
Have to take a look at that. Yeah. So, continue to keep your eye on Trill. Good stuff coming down the pipe. There's a lot of stuff in production, and
I'll have some big highlights on the Rift build that I'm doing. I think every part that was in stock from Trill, we've got heading on to this special themed edition Rift that we're trying to do a rock bouncer.
So how's your die coming? How's your die coming?
The die came along great. Hang on. Let me see here. I can hopefully I don't lose any parts, but you can get a gist of it. Here's a little sneak peek. You got your green, your yellow, red, the back half is blue. Sat in the die for, I don't know, a couple hours. And yeah, it's so much better than a paint job. It won't chip off. The whole concept comes together very nice. It's a autism awareness themed Rift rock bouncer. So we're excited.
Awesome. Yeah. So the only other update before we talk about, you go into your stuff,
Yep.
World Hobby Scale, coming soon, should be hitting mailboxes. I know we showed this earlier, but the RC car action is,
fantastic.
Showing up in your mailbox next week, or some guys are starting to get them already. So definitely a good issue. There's good reads in here.
Absolutely.
I was told, and if things go the right way, next month is the Trail SCX6 feature. So
Ooh.
yeah, so if the stars align and it makes the print, next month will be a good feature for Trail and RC car action.
Well, that's fantastic. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's something Lee and I worked on a while ago, and I think it's
perfect.
Drop next month. So
Trail's been busy from every angle with the stuff with crazy crawler phones. Crazy crawler's been keeping involved and keeping busy and keeping Trail intertwined, and it's really exciting to see the collaborations expand with Trail. So it's a great issue. I look forward to the issue coming up here with Trail being in that. I know I don't want to give anything away in this month's issue, but yeah, it's another good issue. Last month, or I guess we could say it's the month of May, the May issue for RC Car Action was very cool. They had to put some work into this thing about 2-3 months previous to get the May the 4th be with you, to have that little Easter egg of a Star Wars themed body right on the front cover. Then, not to mention that particular issue of May is loaded with cool stuff from Jeremy Kilburn and Tyler Slane and Size Matters, the drop of the V2. What a great cover for the month of May.
Yeah, that was a lot of good friends that we know in here. The Fun Bringer.
Yep.
Size Matters was in here. This was a good, good work, Jeremy. Size Matters. This was a good read. This was a good magazine for sure. They got a lot of good stuff. They're doing a good job. I mean, I like the way, and they do collaboration projects with a lot of companies. Like, I know CarryAll, Trail, and RC Car Action is good to have.
Absolutely.
What do you got on your plate, Mike?
Well, like I said, Pete, all the attention right now, for me, I spent today with this migraine headache. I think the pressures with carryall is really starting to catch up. We hit a surge like we never have seen before. I don't want to say that I cringe right now every time a new quarter comes in, but I kind of cringe every time that it's just blowing up right now. We're so thankful for all of the support, but there's no question we're busy doing a lot of bags each week, getting them out. But with that, where did I put it? I brought something out to show off. Hang on a second. I'm gonna put the light on for a second. I had oh, here it is. Let me turn this off. There we go. So all the attention this week is on a new bag that we're about ready to drop, and that is a special edition, limited edition Beat the Creek bag. Now, the artwork on these aluminum X's with the CarryAll-RC Pro Mag Center, Magnetic Center X, the artwork has come along so much. We are so excited to be able to highlight, collaborate, promote these different theme bags for different events, and the one for Beat the Creek's exciting, so we're going to have some of them made up. So right now it's full steam ahead, getting everything ready, all orders shipped for carryall, and in between all of that we are getting ready for Beat the Creek. So that's my attention. All my attention's on getting ready for Beat the Creek. But I know we wanted to talk about the RC Pro Rack, and that's really where I'd love to get going. We need to make sure we get off of here around 9 o'clock as close as we can. Pete, you posted an insane picture today that got shared by RC Pro Rack. They respected it and appreciated how good it turned out. I have 4 more Microrec coming here to finish off all the micros that we've got that we need to hang. I'm excited to get them all up on the wall. But what you did, the photo was great. It was perfect. So for everyone that's following along, the Micro Pro Rack is a thing right now. And what did you think of the new Elite? You were the first to get it.
Yeah, so this is the Elite, and thank you, Judd, and the racks, they're great. I mean, you can't see it on the camera, but I got the tent on this side.
Yes.
Was over here, and the installation and shrinking it down to this size to go up on the wall, brilliant. With the 24s going as strong as they are, people are just buying them, and I got 24s all over my desk here. But yeah, I like when we go to our next event, obviously one of the things I was telling Judd is I'd like a display of these Elites. It's a nice thing to have on the table.
Yes.
This is definitely a good one, the 24, and then you have the 10 scale. So they went up pretty easy and they look great. I got the lights on the 10 scale over here going, and then I look at the 24 wall. So great products. I like it.
You nailed it, Pete. You got that. You hit it just right. So for the people that don't know, there was an early release of the Microrec, maybe 2 or 3 weeks early. We got them, we hung them up, we were talking about them, and I know for at least 2 weeks people were on us, when are they hitting the website? What they didn't understand was that there was a change, a redirection, and he made the executive decision to make these the Elite. And for the ones not familiar, there are 2 different style racks that you can get. The Elite is the one that will literally, you can take off of the wall, transform it into this stand. So yes, the patented wall rack design that he has is cool, but this is a great feature allowing you set it up at an event and put right on your table. Either take one down off of your wall or get yourself a second one to keep in that form, like you have it right there, Pete, and set
Yeah,
them up on
I
the stand.
remember when we went to Recon, the first
Thank
when
you.
I met you, we used
Yep.
the bed risers that put the
Yep.
tops
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And RC Jesus says he got some in stock at his hobby shop.
No way. That's exciting. That means like there is actually authorized dealers now for the RC Pro Rack.
Good to see. That's great.
That's awesome. That's RCH Orlando for you Florida people. Nick Barber of RCH Orlando, RC Jesus has them in stock. I love it.
It's good to see. You know, it's good to see a brand go into the dealer route, and good to see that. Yeah, but I remember at the first Recon that we went to, we were using the bed risers to put the
Yep.
trucks. A simple solution. You go to Home Depot, you buy a set of them for like $12. You get 4. I mean, I still have them to the left of me. All these trucks you see on the rack, they use the bed risers to keep them off the ground. But yeah, right there. Same one on
Yep.
this side. But I like this solution. I get a couple of these for your table.
Yep.
They sit nice. Great product.
And we got to see the ones at USTE at the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. RC Pro Rack was on display at the Rebel booth, and the ones that they had on display there was that black edition. He had done some up in a powder coated black.
Sweet.
The black was sweet. But again, for people, if you're not familiar with it, RC Pro Rack encourages you to treat them, to apply whatever finish you want. You have somebody that can anodize it or powder coat them, spray paint them. They are there for you to be able to add that little bit of accent color. The concept is shelf queens or daily drivers, it don't matter. It's a rack system that looks incredible. Clean up your workbench area and hang them on the wall.
Yeah, great product.
Yep. Yes, good stuff. Good news, Pete. I did get word we don't have to end right at 9, so we don't have to pick my daughter up from work. She got a ride, so we are under no gun, so we can keep shooting this stuff off.
You want to talk the scales?
What? Yes, 100%. Tonight, we want to take a closer look at Power Hobby and the scale. We mentioned it last week, and we promised we would come back and take a little closer look at it. The scale. What's so important about the scale that Pete's holding up there is it is app-based. It is designed to work with your telephone, with your cell. You get the app. And what that is eliminating for all my old school guys out there that understand buggy racing, that were weighing their cars back in the day, it was a little cumbersome. It wasn't so portable back then because it was portable, sure, but you had wires. Like you had its own separate computer with the wires that went to each puck. And this changes everything with the wireless puck and the app on your phone. Makes it so simple.
Fly Sky.
Yep.
Yeah, with all the wires.
Yes.
So you basically get 4 of these. You open up the app and they sync immediately, and it gives you all your readings. Your left, right, corner weight, your front balance to your rear, and your total weight. I'm still waiting to weigh. You want me to weigh the BRX? I'm afraid to see how much that thing weighs. But yeah, this is a great tool. I mean, it's great to put in your bag for events for the comp guys. Adjustments. I remember we were at White Rose last summer. Art had one in his bag, and I was like, "Wow, this thing's awesome." I got to get, simple to make adjustments on the fly. Definitely worth checking out if anybody doesn't have it. Definitely a great tool, and it could go in your box. Very small.
I'm gonna see right now if I can actually pull it up here on my phone. I'm trying to find the pucks right now. You can see if there's a close up there. Hang on one second. Let me see if it works.
Kind of like
No, it needs to actually sync to a puck, and I don't have them right here right now. So yeah, very detailed, in-depth look at the truck itself. Your right and left, your front and back. It gives you your percentages. I weighed the Vanquish Phoenix right after I got done building it. I mean, the artwork on these boxes are phenomenal. And the app is very simple to use. Once you bind it for the first time, once you label and bind your pucks and you know where to set it up, it's that simple. You set them down, turn on the app, and you're up and running. Do I see a need to make it portable? Is this something that you're going to take to a Recon G6 trail adventure? Not necessarily, but for a comp, I think if you're a clipboard and stopwatch kind of guy and gate crushing it at an event, you know, there might be a need to have that thing on a workbench. It's very portable. It's small enough to throw in a backpack and go. But more importantly, at home on a workbench, I think it's really exciting. It's a high recommendation of mine to get to know your truck a lot better. Set it on a scale. No, did I build it right? Do I need to adjust for something? Do I need to shift something around to counter, you know, get some more weight towards the front? Very impressed and love how detailed the whole concept is and how simple it is to work it.
No, great product. I'm glad I got this. Definitely use it a lot.
So maybe, Pete, when we post up on YouTube, let's try and get a link right back to Power Hobby. We will try and post a link right to Power Hobby for right to the link for this thing. I think, what if I remember correctly, it was like around 100. If I forgive me if I'm wrong on that, but it's about $100.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll post a link to you know, once I repost the video,
okay.
whatever we highlight, I'll put a link in. So,
Again, you know, is this something for everyone? No, but if you're looking, you know, we seem to always be on this time frame, Pete, with a lot of others. When we make a post or we pick something up, I always get these comments of, I was just looking for something like that. I was just about ready to do this. So the timing is somehow always right. And I highly encourage people to get to know your truck a lot better. You will thank us if you put it on a scale and you understand the balance of it. It will make a difference.
and I think that's important. A lot of people that build kits and stuff, they throw everything together.
Yep.
No idea what the weight distribution is. And then they take it out on the trails. It may run great, it may not. And then they put it on the scale and see the weight distribution and they're amazed.
It's very important. Nailed it. With the flat rail guys, I did order a flat rail chassis. Yes, I know I'm going to hear it. This was done. I've been hearing so much about G-Speed recently. G-Speed, everything in this flat rail chassis. I've had flat rail chassis before. I've built a few flat rails a couple years ago. I put them away. It was time to get one back in the stable. Get another flat rail in the fleet. We're going to use a G-Speed chassis based on, we'll grab an SCX-10 donor truck and we'll put it together. But this is perfect for a truck like that because we don't know what it's going to end up like. By the time we start Frankensteining this flat rail build together, I'm going to be very anxious to get it on a scale. What did we build? Let's, you know, let the scale tell you, is this worthy to drop on the rocks and get going, or do we need to add weight or take some weight off? And there's so many options out there to add weight, where to, you know, in the wheels. It's important that you're putting weight in the right places. But that's all for another show and a deeper dive into the DIY of how to build. This is an important update on how to know what you built. This is that reassurance and a way to verify and make adjustments. And the Power Hobby option is great with that phone app.
And G Speed is just cranking. I mean, I see that they released like a roof rack and they released patches today. And
Yes. Oh, the patches are great. I love them.
yeah,
Perfect size.
he's just doing great, man. I wish him all the best. Open up the store, and he's working with Trail, getting Trail in his shop, and he's just cranking, man. Definitely hard worker.
Yes, he is.
So one thing I wanted to bring up, I know there's been a
Please.
lot of chatter about Rebels and Team Orange versus Team Gray at so I'm just looking at my Rebel here, and
Yeah.
there's going to be a
What
lot of
color do
Rebels.
you have? What
Oh,
color was it?
I'm the team that nobody has, but mine looks good in photos, though. I'll say that.
No, wait. Do we have the same color? Okay. It's like you and I, P. Team, what are we here? Flat slate gray.
Yeah, so I just put the trail.
Dude, those wheels.
So I think it complements, and then
Yes.
the upgrade, and I think
Oh,
it complements. And these are
Pete, they
the
look
photos.
great.
Came out pretty good, So this is the so yeah, a lot of Rebels that beat the Creek. I know Team Orange is going to be
Yes.
representing strong.
Yeah, there was a lot of first-time people at USTE getting to see the Rebel for the first time. It is so freaking exciting to tell everyone that Rebel is going to be back at Beat the Creek. Beat the Creek's got a pretty large vendor area building up here. But we did talk to Jeff. We talked to Rebel earlier this week. He is 100% coming with inventory. So if you have maybe a Rebel in your sights, you will be able to get one at Beat the Creek. And maybe if you're still on the fence and maybe you haven't decided if you want one, look, I'll have mine there. I'm taking mine for the night run just to prove a point that right out of the box, I didn't add any more lights to it. It's right out of the box and more than capable to run a night run with it.
The light kit is sick.
It is.
Out of the box with all those light
Yep.
configurations, and you have control. And
It's a
I just
great
gotta
night
say,
run truck.
this perfect time, Craig Milley, to buy your wife one and
Yep.
also John one. So there will be specials, I'm sure. So just keep that in mind because I remember USTE. So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I'm on with two more, I'll know why.
I'm anxious to see if Crawlers and Customs, I think it's called Crawlers and Customs. You know who I'm referring to, that company, Crawlers and Customs. They do a lot with the Send truck. They make they make that bike rack. They do a lot of cool stuff. This company is on fire. I went back to their Instagram page today and looked at some of the stuff that they're working on with the tow trucks, and they keep coming hard. They released something else cool today. Wheels, I think it was. I saw they did. But I'm hoping that they're there. But at USTE, they bought
They bought
Rebel's
truck.
personal truck right off the table.
Yeah.
I was asking Jeff about it. I was like, are you bumming? Like, that kind of rots. Like, that was your personal one. And he's like, well, I've been working on a new one all week. And I told him, I'm like, well, then, I'm going to keep an eye out on you. I'm not letting you sell your personal truck this time.
Yeah, that was funny because I remember we went out on the trails. It was there when we left.
Yeah.
Came back, it was gone. I said, "What happened to your truck?" He goes, "I sold it." I said, "What?"
What? It was hooked up. There were some upgrades on it.
Yeah, I mean, he had Vanquish. I mean, that truck was decked out. I mean,
It was
upgrade. It was a bad truck, man.
The good news is that Jeff's not bumming that it went to the wrong person. He's bumming that he had to build a whole new one, but he is very excited that it went into the right hands because the person that bought it, it was not lost on them. Like, that they literally had the owner of Rebel's truck and they didn't change anything on it. They're taking great photos. They're using it. It went to the right person.
Yeah, that was funny. But yeah, so look forward to seeing Rebel. At Beat the Creek. A lot of vendors. I've been seeing Chris's posts. It's going to be a great
Operation 11 Charlie will be there in force.
Great vendors lined up.
Yep. Crawler Colt.
So yeah,
RC Car Action will be there again.
it's gonna be there, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we can disclose all the details on RC Car Action. I don't want to spoil any surprises, but I can tell you that RC Car Action has invested a large dollar figure into on-site event excitement. You'll be you'll be able to go up to the RC Car Action booth and be able to get your picture taken in a very cool way and be able to take a memory home from an event. So when they're at Badlands or at Beat the Creek, they'll set this thing up. You'll be able to get your photo taken and take a piece of that with you as a memory, a tchotchke. So that's going to be exciting to see. So please get over to the RC Car Action booth, introduce yourself, say hello, and realize it's not the same magazine that you had growing up. New editors, new staff, a new vision for what a published magazine should be. And when I tell you, Pete knows interactive with the RC community. And that means a lot that you build a ride that you're proud of, submit it, please. They want you to submit it online to Readers Rides and wait a couple months and check those issues. It might end up in there. The odds are good that it will end up in it.
Yeah, and they're always looking for fresh content. They like working with new brands. They like doing collaboration projects. With Trail, we did a lot of work with Lee, a lot of different parts, a lot of different features, and they're always looking for content. So yeah, I would definitely recommend getting those builds in, and you never know. I think it's my personal opinion, I think it's a great accomplishment in the hobby to see your build or your write-up in a print version at, they sell it at hobby shops, Barnes and Nobles. To pick out a magazine that you're in, I think it's a great accomplishment, in the industry.
Could you imagine like being someone and that is that oh wow moment? I mean, it's happened to me personally, walking into a newsstand and grabbing or newsstand or even your local hobby shop sometimes will stock issues of RC Car Action. You can pick up individual copies or register and subscribe for a year. You get access to digital content also. But that moment when you flip open the magazine and find yourself in a Reader's Rides, and then, like you said, Pete, get them framed. That published part, it's something, it's a neat aspect of the hobby, and it is a thing that is absolutely 100% possible to do. It's not one of those achievements up here on a pedestal you can't reach. Put it on your bucket list, make it a goal, and you can make it happen.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great accomplishment. So coming up to 5 to 9. So yeah, so just so everybody knows, so like Mike said earlier, satellite call next week. So the gang will be at Beat the Creek. I'll be here in the hobby room, and it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to it. I'll run the controls, and pending you have great Wi-Fi service, hopefully we'll pull this off. So looking forward to Beat the Creek, man. I hope everybody has safe travels down there and has a blast. Gonna be fun. So you got any projects going on? I mean, I've been in a shop all day today, man. I'm RC'd out because it just rained all day. So from like 10 in the morning till an hour ago, I was just down here. I mean, I worked on the BRX, worked on Capra, and then I got dual servos, front and back on the C1.
Nice.
Just put these trail wheels on. Got a servo in the back.
Okay.
Servo in the front. So I've been working on this today. Just been down here all day.
Was there a specific reason why you put one in the rear, or just because you had an extra one laying around? Or
the few comps that I did do, I did see it, like Jason Matthews. I did see people make mounts for it, and I was speaking with Jeremy, and the rear mount, the way I did it is not what it was intended for. But you know, when you build things, you Frankenstein it and you find your own way to do it. And I
Okay.
said, let me try the micro, you know, big fan of the Reef brand and the servos. And I said, let me throw a micro winch in the back, and it
Okay.
works the way it should. And you
And
know, I
there's
did it.
ways to get super duper creative with the rear winch.
Yeah,
It's
love
a
the way that the wheels complement the color. And
yes.
this was yeah, these are the trail with the Voodoo wheels, you know. So I changed the wheels and tires up and ready to get out on the course, man. You know?
Very nice. I know it's been killing me waiting to see where my TF3 is at.
Yeah,
I
right. You
can't
got the
wait. Listen, scale, it's in the hands of Skill Rat. I can be patient. And I don't want him to rush anything. I want it to come back with the inner fenders, the interior, the whole nine. So I'm not going to rush it, but just seeing that RC four-wheel drive leaf sprung truck there, it just made me want to get my hands on my TF3. But personally, me, like I said, I got the Rift. That's been, all hands on deck with the Rift. And I did just finish the Vanquish Phoenix. It's up and running. We got everything all dialed in on the rugged radio. The very complex truck with all those servos and getting endpoint set. It's a bear. But Pete, I still haven't decided like what trucks I'm taking to beat the creek.
Yeah.
I have a bone stock old axial truck up there, the Bronco that they did. It was like the most recent one with the tube doors. I didn't do a lot to that truck, and I kind of thought that I might take it out. It might be the perfect one there along with the Rebel. But I really want to take this Phoenix out. So I haven't decided. It's probably going to come down to a coin flip Wednesday night. I'll flip a coin and be like, boom, take this one and that one.
I added a scale sticker in your honor here to the BRX. Hold on.
Okay.
Now you can't have a truck unless you have inspection, right?
Yes. I love it.
That's the New York State inspection.
I love it.
So
the interior looks great, Pete. Yeah, very dialed in. Wow.
You gotta
so clean.
You gotta have a carryall, right? A carryall box in the front.
Yep. Look at those doors open. Man, the detail on that thing. Look at that. Wow.
So yeah, probably about 35 pounds.
Yeah, Boom Racing made one hell of a nice truck there. Every time I see it, wow.
Yeah, that was a good build. I mean, even the BRX one, it was for the guys that have it. I know Jeremy, there's a couple guys that got it, and it was a build. But I'm happy the way it came out. But it's not a truck you're gonna run up hills. I mean, if
it's a trail truck. Yeah.
Yeah, the body is so fragile. I mean, I took it out once with King, and got scratched up, and you're like, oh, all that work, and the body is so fragile that one roll and that thing's destroyed.
In pieces. Yeah. No, you put a trailer behind that thing, and you haul it around, and you take it on a trail walk. It's a great truck for some super scale photos, appropriate to show off when National Go Scale Day.
And then you got this. Don't know what to do with this yet.
Yeah, the Bronco is gorgeous.
Just a cool looking, everything's in blue, right? Maybe we'll get a new color next time.
Yeah, I try and go opposite color. So what I did was the slate gray, and I ordered all red accents, black and red wheels with red accents underneath. So it's going to be all gray with red highlights all over it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. That's why I didn't go with the gray with the new axial base camp. I was like, that flat gray has become so popular. I'm like, you know what? I don't have anything in green. The green sounds right. We'll go that way with the base camp.
Well, once I finish this,
you should get a blue base camp. You don't have enough blue in your life.
Well, this happened for this. There was a reason why I got blue,
Okay.
but I wanted to get red. But yeah, once I finish this one, I'm gonna see what we're gonna do with the Bronco. I mean, I don't know. I think the 24s are done for me. I got my eyes on something else.
Awesome.
It's
We
time.
got a new shipment in at CarryAll of Adventure RC patches.
Oh yeah.
So big shout out to Eric Warren with Adventure RC. We will have a handful of the patches with us at Beat the Creek. So if you're looking for an Adventure RC patch, I'll have a handful of them with me. I'll have some special edition ones from Axial, a handful from Trail. Pete, I'm going to need to stock up on some more Trail patches if you have any. I always like to keep a couple of them around in my pocket when we go to events. I love spreading the trail love around and find a kid out there and give them a patch.
Yeah.
The other thing, I don't know if we're at this point, but I think it's the perfect point to talk about it. We're going to do a giveaway, Pete. We kind of worked out some of the details on this. We'll figure out the kinks as we get further along. But what we decided to do was a 4-letter word contest. And that's going to be the concept, the name, the 4-letter word contest. I can guarantee you the 4-letter word will not spell a bad word. It's just a play on words. Each week, Pete and I are going to give you a letter of the week. At the end of 4 weeks, you better have watched till the end of the show to know the letter. At the end of 4 weeks, you put those letters together to spell the word. And if you tell us which word, if you tell us the correct word, and what we're going to have to decide is if it's the first person to tell us the correct word, they're going to win the prize. The first prize up for grabs is a 1-year subscription to RC Car Action magazine. And then after that, we'll come up with new prizes, but this will keep people engaged week after week. So we're going to give our first letter. Are we going to start it this week or next week? You tell me.
We could start it this week, and then
Okay.
Next week we'll drop the second.
So that's official. Pete made the executive decision. We're going to give you the first letter this week, and the first letter this week will be the letter F. F as in Frank. For those that can't understand our Northeast accent, the F,
we're gonna need
letter F.
Are we going to need a Dakota from
for his New Yorker accents? We hear it all the time. You and Pete, you guys have an accent. No, you have an accent. We sound normal. So the letter is F. F as in Frank. Next week at Beat the Creek, we will give you the second letter. If you can be the first one to tell us what the word spells, you will then win a 1-year subscription, RC Car Action. If you already have a 1-year subscription to RC Car Action, like to be the good guy and pay it forward, by all means, you can donate that prize pack onto someone else that you feel worthy of such gift. Pete, can you bring us home on one other thing for Operation 11 Charlie? Have you seen the no prep drag racing car that is up for bid right now on the internet? I know you said something to me the other day that you were seeing it all over. Do you know, is there a place that they can bid on it? Do you know anywhere? Do they go to Operation 11 Charlie's site to buy a spot? I think they're $5 spots. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think, and Matt, just shoot a comment. I think it's on
Matt might know.
11
Okay.
Charlie's website. They made a post where you could comment on if you want a spot. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wow, I was blown away. The attention to detail on that paint job and everything, Dreamer and who painted it again?
A Nitro Nick is what he goes by. Nitro Nick.
That stuff is great cause. Yeah, if you guys, I believe it's over in 55 minutes, he said.
Oh, no, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it went till tomorrow, so forgive me. But if people are watching live right now, get out there, share it around one last time. Maybe Matt can tell us how many spots are left. I think they were $5 spots. It is a no prep drag racing car. If you are in the market or have any interest or desire to get into the no prep drag racing scene, put a bid in on this car. It is for a good cause. All the proceeds are going right back to Operation 11 Charlie. I can tell you, I've seen the truck, this no prep drag car, be built. I knew who built it. I know who donated it. I know the man that painted it. I've seen the paint job in person. It looks just as good as it does on screen on a camera. It looks even better in person. The man can airbrush. It's great. It's for a great cause. So if there is any spots left out there, don't leave them left behind. Take a shot. Go do it.
Yeah, I think it's great. And, I always love the cause. And that's just an awesome, awesome setup. So,
Operation 11 Charlie does it, I guess, almost. I don't want to say they do it every week, but often weekly enough. They're always putting up these raffles. The proceeds get back to them. It's phenomenal. They can put the money to good use. It is a nonprofit organization, so it's going to a good cause. Help the veterans, help our soldiers. It's fantastic. So that's a good note to end on in my book, Pete.
yeah.
I will do my best, Pete, to keep in touch this week. I wish you were coming with us to Beat the Creek. Once this all passes, we're going to have Shred the Ledge to deal with. We're going to have ledge stock. We got Recon G6, Blue Rocks. We will be out there. And then we need to really be talking about Proline by the Fire. And
Yeah,
that
so
is,
I think,
it's going to be.
Yeah, once you guys get back, obviously Blue Rocks will probably be the next event that
Yep.
on the calendar that will have a full setup.
Yep.
Definitely looking forward to seeing more information. I see information is slowly getting out there. So, and then after that,
We've got Site 193, like always, at Blue Rocks Family Campground, one of the best campgrounds around. It is a full year campsite, 365 days a year. This campsite is running a RC track with rentals. You can go there, rent a car if you don't have one. So rain or shine, Site 193 in July for the Recon G6 Pitbull Intergalactic Series. That Pete and I will be there. We'll be set up at base camp. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I always like that event, and looking forward to it, seeing everybody, getting out on the trails. And yeah, so that will be July, and then we put our focus on Proline by the Fire. So
I can't wait.
in between that comes up, that but those are the two events on the calendar for us.
If you take a moment to let it digest and talk about the fact that we're coming into mid-May, like this year is flying by again. Like, I don't know where the time goes. It just flies by.
And make sure you get your wives a Mother's Day gift if you haven't.
Boom, bingo. Good for you, Pete. You're gonna make me go to divorce court here. I was supposed to be the one to remember to say it. Ugh. All right, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wives, grandmoms, and hardworking moms, fun-loving moms out there. Mom, I love you. If you're watching, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything that you've done. None of what we're doing, none of tonight, anything I've been doing would be possible without my mom. And I mean that. My mom says I'm funny and my mom says I'm cool.
So, all right. Well, good show, good information. And, we'll see you guys live, I guess, if anybody wants to be on the show, if there's spots in between and Reef or Big Squid, pop by with Mike, say hello live, and hopefully everything works out. We'll do some test runs before we go live, just to make sure your Wi-Fi is good, your cell is good, and
hopefully
see everybody at Beat the Creek next week.
And Pete, I think the way you should end it there, I like that not only should they be reaching out to you, Pete, for Beat the Creek, but at any point, if you want to be a guest on the show, period, moving forward, make sure you drop us a line. Let us know. We're booked up for the next couple of weeks easily. But we can always shift things around if there's a topic, if there's something important at any point, we can shift things around, but we love to get to know and meet new people all the time. So if you're
Yeah, and
interested,
I think that's a good point. Like, if you're working on increasing your brand,
yep,
like Mike said, in the coming weeks, we got some good people coming on, and the calendar's booked up, but we can make time, if you're somebody that wants to enhance your brand and
yep.
you want to get out there to the
Leave a comment. If you want to be a guest on our show, leave a comment and let us know. We'll get you on the books.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's good, if you want to get your brand and tell us about your brand and what you're trying to accomplish in the industry, because everybody has different goals.
Yep.
What you want to accomplish, come on the show, talk about it. We're only bringing on more and more guests, some big names down the road, and it's only going to get better. Like we keep.
Yeah.
So
Or leave a comment of a guest you want to see on the show.
or if
We can make that happen.
specific person that
Yep.
me or Mike may have a connection to, let us know. Nothing's impossible.
Well, then, fantastic, Pete. I think we did it. We got the letter of the week out. We thanked everyone. I think we checked on all cylinders this week. Again, my thanks always goes out to you, Pete, for everything you do. Keep grinding, keep leading the way. You're leading by example every day, Pete, and keep doing what you do. Don't change a thing. For me, I say my farewell to all of you. For those watching, I will see you in a couple of days at Beat the Creek. I'm out of here. Thank you. Pete, you sign them out.
All right, Mike. Thank you. And guys, have a good week coming up and have fun at Beat the Creek. And, for people that don't attend events, I personally just like to see the adventures, get those cameras out, get on those trails. I want to see the barn, just post it up, man. That's what the positivity, keep it going and, share your adventures, what I think the hobby's about, sharing the adventures. So we'll see you next Saturday live from Beat the Creek.
Awesome.